Greg is a simp. We all know this. There's numerous times where he breaks his back to get a girl who doesn't even care about him. Seriously, here, in book 4, Greg sees Heather Hills at church, and with just a glance decides to rethink his entire summer and plant it trying to get a high school girlfriend. And he goes about this by camping beneath her on lifeguard duty and basically becoming her servant. Seriously, he states himself that he would do anything for her, as he really just sat near her for hours and basically just did her job for her. And then thinking that saying something witty, like judging a pregnant lady for wearing a bikini, is somehow definitely impressing her. Because sarcastic remarks about 8-month-old pregnant women at the pool is essentially the textbook way to pick up girls. But it's not even just that. He refills her water every time she was low, like a butler on an unpaid internship, and every time she changes stations, he follows her around. So much so where he knows that every 4th shift, he ends up near his mother. This goes beyond just trying to be nice or getting to know someone. He's literally following her around and doing her job. And like most Simps mentality, I'm sure he's thinking that if I do everything for her, she's gotta like me. But I'm pretty sure that she just sees him as a weird-ass kid who really wants to be a lifeguard. But that's only one example. During Valentine's Day, he tries to get one of the girls he likes, and writes a pretty interesting poem. For you, a fire blazes in my heart, so strong that the embers couldn't. You get the point. Like, shit, calm down, Shakespeare. Aren't you in middle school? The fuck are you talking about? Only your kiss could quench the flames of my nuts, or whatever the hell you wrote to this now traumatized 12-year-old. Funniest thing is, she didn't even have a card for him. After she read it, she fished around for a card, and then crossed out her friend's name and put his on some Walgreens card. Which feels bad, man. Alright, moving on, you may think he's just thinking about girls because of puberty or something, but nope, he's been the same way since elementary school. The guys were berating girls with heinous insults, and Greg just out of nowhere jumps into the conversation and tries to defend them. On top of that, saying he does this all the time. He's not only a simp, but also one of those annoying ass dudes who butt into your conversation. Hey, you wanna go to the strip club? Bro, get out of my room, I'm recording. We'll go later. And it's not like doing all this got him anywhere either. I mean, later on, they were using him to pass the note to talk trash about him, which is some next level disrespect. That's like if you were the delivery guy, delivering a knife to the serial killer that was going to use it to stab you. Honestly, I kinda feel bad for the guy, but at the same time, he doesn't really make it easy to like him. Here's another example. I'm gonna grab this real quick. Greg's been going to the same dentist since he was 2, and refuses to change because he's in love with the hygienist who works there. He goes there wearing cologne, since he probably thinks smelling nice will be able to replace talking to her, since unfortunately, other than responding with, you can't really talk while the dentist is poking at your teeth with metal sticks. So Greg's idea was to instead just stare directly in her eyes the entire time so he would seem interested in oral hygiene. But this is like rule number 1 on the don't do list. It's like if you're getting a haircut, don't stare at your barber the entire time. It's weird. And it's not like he was just looking at her. This was a dead-on, wide-eyed stare. This really doesn't do much for Greg other than just make him look super creepy. Now, a common phrase you'll hear regarding simps is hoes before bros, and Greg displays this perfectly. Riley's being babysat by Heather, and Greg goes over to his house just so he can try to pick her up, again by wearing cologne, which is probably just a bottle of Axe from CVS. And he really thinks it's gonna work though. I mean, he's done this cologne thing 3 books apart. Anyways, he then makes sure to sit right next to her the entire time and won't even move for Riley. So he just makes the kid stand there. I mean, he could have just moved the chips to the floor, but I don't know, maybe he values the chips more than Riley. Also, not sure why he didn't just let him sit, since it would have made him closer to Heather. Stupid. In another instance, Riley is really excited to share his trip from Mexico to Greg, and then he attempts to undermine his excitement with his own experiences. But later on, he notices some girls giving Riley attention for his trip. So Greg uses Riley as a way to start a conversation with some random chick, while obviously not giving 2 craps about Riley. And then later on tries to use Rally as some sort of wingman by having him tell a group of girls that he has big muscles as he awkwardly stands by a wall. Also, what muscles? Because from what it seems, every person in this series is either morbidly obese or a literal stick figure. And I've mentioned these two before, but real quick, he's broken Rally's arm and then attempted to use him so that he could somehow get noticed for once in his life. And even worse, they're just chillin', and then a new girl in the neighborhood moves in, and his first thought is to clock Rally in the back of his head so he can have her to himself. I mean, I gotta give him some props though. It takes some level of courage, or maybe just stupidity, to go after this many girls. I mean, every other scene is someone different, but nonetheless, that still doesn't change the fact that he's a simp, and we should probably change the title of the book. There you go. Thank you. Nice. Hey guys, just wanted to thank y'all for watching, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Take it easy. And shoutouts to $15 Patreon line. Peace.